Hey guys, welcome to another video in our coaching series. Today again, you've got myself, Vikram Kodithoku, and Danica joining me to help demonstrate to you our movements. So in this coaching series, we've given you some technical movements, some conditioning work, some strength, keeping things functional. The next couple of videos we're doing for you guys is all focused on the beginners. So for those people that training is completely new, right? So the whole idea is we give you a safer and much more smarter approach into your journey, giving you movements that you can progress into, like the workouts we've uploaded previously. So with this focus, remember, it's a beginner focus workout. That's the main thing I want you guys to think. So some of these movements, most of you might look and go, that's easy. Well, it ain't for you if it's easy. Progress to the other ones. Those of you might look at the other ones and go, that's hard. This is for you. Okay, so starting off, and also these workouts are going to be full body focus. The other ones we broken into upper body strength days, lower body strength days. You've got 2 full body workouts for beginners coming up next. So Danica is going to demonstrate to me starting off. So the first movement we're going to work on is a squat, a standard squat. But the difference is our tempo. It's a 3-3-1-0. So you're going 3 down, 3 pause, 1 up, 0 at the top. Okay? So, and the rep range, we're going for 15 repetitions. And there's no superset. So on its own, pay attention to it, focus on it. Feel what your body's about to do. So hands in front, body weight squat. Your feet placements are just outside your hips with your toes slightly open, allowing your space for your torso to sit in between your legs. So make sure your shoulders are pinched back and go down for 3 seconds, just like so, until your hips are parallel to those knees. Then pause for 3, 2, 1, and you're coming up. Pause at the top and then come down for 3 seconds, 2, 1, pause. 2, 1, then up to the top and ease off there. So remember guys, on here we're going for 15 reps. There's no superset, it's on its own, and you're going for 4 sets in total, right? With 60 seconds rest in between. That's plenty of rest. You can adapt the tempo. If you find even the 3 seconds down, 3-second pause at the bottom too challenging, bring it down to 2, all right? Regress it as and how you feel based on your strength and your ability. After that first movement, the second exercise that we transition, which is a part 2 of this workout, we're going for a static lunge. Now, for a static split lunge, you're making sure you're in a nice wide split. So when you hinge down, we're going for a 90-degree angle on both knees. Your chest is up tall, place your hands towards your hips. Your back foot's on the balls of its feet with its heels elevated up nice and tall. Your front foot is nice and flat with the intention of you pushing through your heel at the front. You're going to hinge down, bringing that back knee towards the ground. So at this position, Danic's in a nice neutral position through his spine. His hip is extended on the knee that's pushing down and the other leg is at 90 degrees. From there, you're driving up. So keeping the control, Danic's going to go through those reps. He's going to go from 10 to 12 on each side. Once he's finished his 10 to 12 on each side, this is where we transition into the superset. So remember, once you've done your split squats, so after you've done your 10 to 15 on each side, we're going for a lateral lunge. So for a lateral lunge, again, you're going for a nice wide stance with your feet. Your feet are nice and flat on the ground. And remember, we're just loading laterally, so you want to make sure your little toes are pushing firmly down to the ground. We don't want to see your feet lift at all. And then based on your range of movement, keeping your arms in front, we're going to alternate the load that you transition to each side. So Danica's about to show you, keeping the foot flat on the ground, work the rep range, work the depth, pushing through the heel on the loaded side to come back to neutral. Just like so, you're going to alternate the weight onto each side, just like that. Perfect. And on here, we're going to go from between 16 to 20 alternating reps, therefore going between 8 to 10 on each side. Right guys, so for the static lunge and your lateral lunge, make sure that you hit 3 sets with 60 seconds rest in between each set of both exercises. Moving on from the lunge movements, we're going to some upper body movements. So starting off with a standard press up. So for the press up, we're going to bring in some tempo to increase the stimulus through our muscle a little bit more, so you can start to develop on your strength at the same time. So what you want to do is go into a nice strong press up position, so you're on almost a straight arm plank position with the wrists directly under your shoulders. Cores braced, going down for 3 seconds, 2, 3, pause for 1, come up for 1, 0 at the top. And we're going on here from 12 to 15 reps. And once you finish your 12 to 15 reps, you're going to go straight into shoulder taps. But if you're someone that finds the normal press-up position hard, bring your knees down. Still working 12 to 15 reps. Keep the hip extended, control down to ground, and push up from this position here. All right, main thing is keeping that core braced and the hip extended. Once you finish your 12 to 15 reps on the push-ups, you're going straight into some shoulder taps. Now, key thing with the shoulder taps, you want to have a good solid base on your feet. You want to keep the hips nice and stable, and you're touching your hands onto the opposite shoulders. Key focus is on that midline to prevent any kind of lateral movement in this. And like I said, we're going for 20 reps of this movement. Ease off there too. So remember, we got your press-ups, whether you go down for the knee downs or for the normal press-ups, we're always working on the 12 to 15 rep range, then going on to those shoulder taps for 20 reps. And we're going to be working on 3 sets with 60-second rest in between the sets. Right guys, so to finish off our first beginners full body workout, we're going to finish with some core work. Going to make it nice and easy for you guys to start off. We're going to start with a nice and simple anti-extension movement, the plank. So Dynika's going to come down to the ground and get into a nice strong plank position. The working time frame on this is 30 seconds on with 30 seconds off. So make sure those elbows are stacked underneath those shoulders, your hips fully extend, you're bracing your midline and holding that position strong. So you're going to hold for 30 seconds. Once you finish your 30 seconds, you're going to rest for 30. Then for the following 30 seconds on the second minute, you're going to go for 30 seconds plank to press up extension. So from there, palms coming up, extending up, back down to your elbows. And what you want to do is try and alternate the hands you used to come up first between each rep. And again, 30 seconds of work, then 30 seconds of rest. Then you're grabbing a seat onto the ground and you're working on those Russian twists. So making sure those heels are down. Dana's going to pull himself up into a tall position. So he's slightly leaning back so your core is braced. And for 30 seconds, he's going to work on rotating, keeping those eyes on those hands, getting that full rotation, touching the ground onto each side. And ease off there. So remember, those 3 movements, you do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, do all 3 movements back to back, and then take a longer rest if you need. But ideally, if you can work with that 30-second recovery in between and do that for 3 rounds, that would be awesome. So guys, that's a full body workout for our beginners. You can again regress and progress these movements depending on your skill level. Feel free to send us a message and ask any questions if you do have. And like I always say, please warm up correctly and ensure you have a good cool down to make sure your recovery is on point. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you on the next video.